What happens when your husband is addicted to USC?
Help is available by calling 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline at 988. That number again is 988.
Welcome to Trojan Basketball with
Here comes
Matt4bsc.
USC. Down two. Baker Mazzara missed it. It's deflected into the arms of Cross. Lead to Bellamy. Stolen by Rice. There's still time left. It's Marsh for the win. Oh, good! I've done a lot of games, AJ. I'm a lot older than you. I don't think I've ever done a college game like this before. 3 overtimes and that sequence to end it. Unbelievable.
Matthews off the high screen, step back. Matthews nails it. 1 second. Bruins have another chance. Jaquez, heave. Jonah Matthews is a March hero for USC. Unbelievable shot. Seen you got it, seen you wanted it. Unbelievable shot. Great.
Has to get it in. Edie from the corner. He got it! He got it with 1.4. USC in front. Bernard's prayer not answered. And the USC Trojans have stunned UCLA. Incredible.
What an unbelievable finish to get that prayer from the left side to go down for a guy who is a good shooter.
An early taste.
I have Washington and Arizona, and Washington's going to come limping into Tucson. There's a late look out. He's got a shot.
USC Trojans, Adam Spanish scores 6 points in 2.8 seconds.
Play of the century. Henry Vivian's run off the floor. He's gone downstairs already. Buried a Pac-10 is absolute venom. This is craziness. And Spanish went up and gave the cutthroat in a classless act, I might add, to the fans here. And Adam Spanish is not that kind of guy, emotionally involved. And, his shot was something special. But the act after this has to be one of the greatest comebacks in Pac-10 history. 5 points in 2.8 seconds. All by Adam Spanish. Actually 6 points. And they win it by what? 87 to 82. For George Raveling, I'm Barry Tompkins. What a night at the pit in Oregon.
I've been a USC Trojan men's basketball fan since the late 70s, and I'll tell you, I never ever get tired of seeing Adam Spanish make that incredible comeback against Oregon, at Oregon. Just unbelievable. And I started this show today, this men's basketball show, with 4 of the great comebacks that probably all of us diehards are familiar with. We saw the one that'll go down in memory, Jordan Marsh against Troy during triple overtime with the unbelievable shot that is going to go down in Trojan basketball lore. We'll be talking about it 20 years from now, remembering that incredible shot. And we're never going to forget little Jordan Marsh. We had Taj Eddy and his great shot, the corner shot against UCLA during COVID when there was nobody in the stands. We had Jonah Matthews' shot when the Galen was rocking and rolling like rarely ever have we seen it. And then, of course, we have the incredible Adam Spanish comeback. And the reason I have these 4 unbelievable comeback victories is there's a lot of people who say that SC has absolutely no chance of winning Michigan on January 2nd in our game in Michigan. And let's face it, Michigan looks unstoppable. They look unbeatable. They're winning teams by an average of 29 points victory. They're winning everybody by 20, 30, 40 points. They beat Gonzaga, I think, by 40 points. And so people are saying there's no way our injury-riddled USC men's basketball team has a chance to beat them. But is that really true? When we saw the Troy game, and we were down, and then we were in triple overtime, and we fell behind by 6 or 7 points, there was no way we thought SC was going to win that game. But you know what? We came back and beat. Jonah Matthews and his famous three-point, there was some who thought there's no way we're going to win that game, but we did. Adam Spanich, 2.8 seconds left in the game, 5 points behind. We came back and won it. Unbelievable. And I say this because never think that we can't win a big game. I'm going to remind you last season, after the debacle in the desert, when all of us thought that USC probably wasn't even going to win a game in conference, it's interesting, after those 2 games that we lost in the desert, one where we scored only, 32 points, we came back. Must had the team ready, and we came back and played a very good Oregon team, neck and neck to the end, and we really should have won that game. We lost it in the last minutes of the game, but we really should have won it. We were able to play a top flight team, neck and neck. And later, we won Illinois and Michigan State. So must have shown that he can get a team ready. And that was an undermanned USC men's basketball team that just didn't have a lot of top-notch talent on it. But this season, we do have the talent. CBM thrives in this type of environment. He thrives in that type of adversity. He lives for that type of moment where the fans are going to be cheering against him, and he's going to be able to feel the energy of the crowd. Ezra Asar is dying to step up now and show that he belongs on the big stage. We have Jacob Coffey, who's ready now to start stepping up. People are ready to step up. This USC Trojan is going to be ready against Michigan State. Make no mistake about it. And we have a few things in our favor. Yeah, Michigan's been destroying teams, but also now Muss and company, the coaching staff, they have a lot of film to look at to see how they're going to attack Michigan. And in a one-game series, in one game, Muss is always ready. He always has a top-notch game plan to neutralize the other team. So there's going to be a game plan. This team is going to be ready. I'm not saying they're going to win, but I truly don't believe you're going to see a 40-point loss, a 30-point loss, or even a 20-point loss. We may lose it, but it's going to be closer than 20 points. And don't be shocked if we find a miracle of miracles and our USC team somehow pulls this game out. Maybe CBM gets hot, he's scoring 30 points, and suddenly the Michigan defense has to adjust for him, which leaves open J. Marsh, and he pops up with a 20-point game. Or maybe Ezra Asar and Jacob Coffey, they decide to lay the law on the paint, not let anybody in, and they take over down low with rebounds and scoring. We're going to see something step up. Muss is going to have a plan. We're going to be ready. So be excited for that game. And I'm telling you today, we're not going to be blown out. Now, I want to take a second to apologize to Cam Woods because when SC signed him, I posted and I was saying that I was very, very unexcited about this signing, about a guy who can't score and has been sitting down for the last 6 months. But I made a mistake. I'll tell you, in his first game back, Cam Woods stepped on the court and he looked immediately like he belonged. This was a guy who had only had a practice or two under his belt, just getting to know the players, but he played intense defense throughout the game, never let up on whoever was covering. And when he had the ball, you could see this guy is a real point guard, and he's going to make a difference on this team. Let's take a look at a couple incredible passes that he made.
With the umbrella block. Here comes Azar, running the bridge, finishing off the window.
Take a look at this incredible Cam Woods wraparound pass.
It's in his Trojan debut. Wrap around it, Dines, who gets upstairs. Really good find by Wood.
And let's watch Cam Woods with the alley-oop.
Triple overtime against Troy. A steal from Mark. Woods lobs it up. Right-handed dunk. Trojans improved to...
So we can see Cam Woods is definitely going to be a difference maker. He's going to be a real help on this team. He's a fifth-year player. He has experience. He's 24 years old, which is something Muss loves. He's not afraid out on the court. He definitely is a point guard first, a pass first point guard. So someone who's going to be a real help to the team. Next up to talk about is the return of Elijah Arenas. He's practicing. Muss has already said that he's very, very, very unlikely that Elijah will be playing on this road trip, the upcoming road trip. But we heard a lot earlier that the planned return for Elijah would be sometime mid-January. So the question is he going to come back January 13th against Maryland at the Galen Center? Very good chance. I'm willing to bet that that's when we first see him. But here's the more important thing. What can we expect from him his first game back, his first week back, even the first month back? I've been seeing some posters at different sites, and they're saying he's going to be playing 20 and 30 minutes a game right off the bat. It's like they're expecting him to immediately step in and take Rodney Rice's place. It's not going to happen. Elijah Arenas is a freshman. He's just now starting to practice with the team. He's got to learn how to play must defense, which is intense, and there's going to be some rust there too. He hasn't played a competitive basketball for close to about 8 months now. So let's say I'm going to say maybe we see 10 minutes, 15 minutes from him in the first game. I'm thinking that maximum. What can we expect scoring? I'd be happy if we saw 6 points from him in the first game or two. He's going to be playing against Michigan State on the road. That is a tough arena, 2 tough arenas to play at, to get started at. And Muss doesn't want to hurt his confidence. So let's expect from Elijah Arenas, again, 10, 15 minutes a game. Be happy if he scored 10 points in a game. That would be huge. Muss is going to ease him back. He is not going to throw him out to the wolves right off the bat. So it'll be interesting to keep our eye on Elijah Arenas, and probably let's guess a January 13th return at the Galen Center against Maryland. All right, let's jump over now to our head coach, Eric Musselman. I have a question. Is this Eric Musselman's greatest coaching year ever? And the reason I ask that is he's had more successful teams, but the adversity that he's had to deal with this team. Think about it. Our top freshman coming in, who he had big plans for. Elijah Arenas gets injured. He's out for half the season. Then Rodney Rice steps in, and Rodney Rice explodes on the scene. He immediately shows that he's worth every penny that he's being paid in NIL. He's averaging over 20 points a game. He's averaging 6 assists a game, and he's being a point guard. He's distributing, showing that he can handle the load that's being put on him. And just as the team was starting to gel in Maui, just at that moment, we're like, okay, we see our team now. Rodney Rice's arm dislocates twice in the same game, and we quickly recognize he's going to be out for this season. So we lose Elijah Arenas, we lose Rodney Rice, and then a few games later, our top 6 man, Amarian Dickerson, our defensive specialist, an athletic marvel, a guy who could jump out of the arena, he gets injured, and he's out for the season. 3 key players, 3 terrible injuries, and yet Muss kept the team focused. He kept the team together. He kept the team focused on their goal of getting to the tournament. And the teams never missed a beat. At that point, he started challenging CBM, who's really stepped up and shows that he's belong and worth every penny he's getting paid. Ezra Asar started to step up. Jacob Kofi. And what had to happen is suddenly 6, 7, 8, 10 games into the season, the team had to become an entirely new team. The team that we thought we had with Amarian Dickerson and Rodney Rice, they're gone. Suddenly new people had to take their places, new roles being developed, a new team is being put together, all of this on the run. But Muss never skipped a beat. And so it's an amazing coaching job that he's done so far this season. I'll tell you, we are fortunate to have Eric Musselman running the team this year. And even with all those key injuries, 3 key injuries, all of us are still excited about this basketball team and what the future holds for us this season. Now let's talk about everybody's favorite player, Chad Baker-Mazara, CBM.
A lot of dribbling for Baker-Mazara, and he splashes that one. What a play by Chad Baker-Mazara.
I mean, watch this shot. ISO, step back, behind the back, contested all the way. And knocks.
All right, I want to say something. Chad Baker-Mazara is unbelievable. The guy is a human highlight reel. He makes key blocks, incredible block shots when you need them. You know, the step back 3-pointers, the crazy drives to the basket, he makes it. You know, he'll steal a ball when you need it. He gives great defense. I mean, really, Chad Baker-Mazara, CBM, does it all. But I'm going to quote Matt4bsc for a second, something he said on the board. And I'm quoting him now. He said, I wrote in my review of the game that if USC was rewarded a point for every time CBM hits the floor, we would lead the nation in scoring. And you probably will agree, if you watch CBM at all, every single game, he lands on the floor, throws himself on the floor, and begins writhing in agony on the floor, and you think he has a season-ending injury. You think it's our next injury there, and then a few seconds later, he pops up and he makes an incredible play. And it's every single game you can be guaranteed you'll see CBM rolling around the floor in agony and then come back and make a great play. And it's becoming kind of a pet peeve of mine, as it is with Matt4bsc. It's like, come on, CBM, you don't need to do that every game. All right, let's talk for a second about Ezra Asar. He has been very impressive this season also, but his play this season sort of epitomizes our team. Because Ezra Asar has too many games where he might score 17, 18, 20 points, but the first half he has 2 points or 4 points, and he scores everything in the second half. He turns it on in the second half. And that's been a problem with our team the last few games, is they've been very slow starting the first half, but then the second half they turn it on. If we're going to succeed in the big conference, and if we're going to win Michigan and Michigan State, if we have any chance of beating them on the road, we have to come out strong. Ezra Asar and Jacob Kofi have to make a statement immediately in the game and control the paint immediately when the game begins. So a challenge now to Ezra Asar and Jacob Kofi. No more slow starting games. You got to step out on that court and be ready to play immediately. Get those quick slam dunks, grab some quick rebounds, and we have to score right away. Let's take a second now and talk about something of very serious concern, very serious concern, and that is we're literally watching the end of college football and basketball as we know it. The NIL has totally destroyed sports, college sports. And some people might disagree with me, but I'm going to bring out something just about college basketball. One of my favorite teams was the ones with Boogie Ellis and Drew Peterson. And one of the things I enjoyed about that team so much, Boogie and Drew came from other schools. So they both of them played at SC, for Drew for 3 years, Boogie for 4 years. And also on that team was Josh Morgan. He played for 3 years at SC. But they stayed those years. And we saw when Drew first got at USC, he didn't look like anything special. Boogie really had his first year was pretty poor. And same with Josh Morgan. But we saw those players grow and evolve and become just great players. We will never, ever see that again. That's over. You will not see players growing and evolve and becoming great players at the school any longer. With NIL, it is now one and dones. And I'm wondering, how are we ever going to keep freshmen any longer? If we ever have a freshman who comes and stays for 4 years at USC, treasure that person, because it's going to be so rare. Look at our team the last 2 years. When Andy Enfield left, the entire team left. Muss brought in a team, that entire team left. And we thought for sure that Desmond and Wesley Yates was going to come back. I'm going to share something with you. During the season, I actually got to know Wesley Yates' father. I met him at the basketball games, and he attended just about every single game. You couldn't miss him. And I talked to him pretty regularly after games about what he thought of what was going on during the season. So I got to know him fairly well. They were never long conversations, just a few minutes at the games, but it was a nice guy to talk to. The very last game at Galen, I was walking out with my wife and I ran into him. And you could never miss him because he always had a Wesley Yates jersey on, Wesley Yates III jersey on. So anyways, I'm chatting with him and asked him, hey, is Wesley going to be back? Now imagine, this is the last game of the season at Galen. And he told me, quote, oh yeah, Wes is coming back for sure. He's on the 2-year plan. And then he adds, he goes, and Desmond is coming back too. And I said, for sure? He goes, yeah, for sure. He wasn't joking, he was serious. This was Wesley Yates' dad who said this. So they really believed Wes was coming back too. And they really believed Desmond was coming back too. So things changed very, very quickly at the end of the season. And that tells you how quickly NIL and big money can change a player or a player family's mind. So how are we going to keep teams together? We can't. It's even getting to the point now, are they, we're bragging and we're happy about the Twins coming in, the Twin Towers coming in to SC. But will they be here for just a year? These guys probably are one and dones. Are we ever really going to get excited about a really good freshman class coming in? Just something to think about. But now what's even worse is they're starting to allow pros to come in. And if you take a look straight ahead, you see Trenton Flowers highlights versus the Nuggets, the NBA Summer League. Muss is trying to get Trenton Flowers to USC. Here he is versus the Nuggets in the Summer League, a drafted player. He's played, I believe, 6 games in the NBA, and he's able to come to SC. Now, I understand, don't get me wrong, I'm not condemning Muss. This is where the game is now. But I ask, is that what we want? Muss has to do it. If he wants to remain competitive in college basketball, he has to join in. So I understand it. But is this where we want? Where every year it's a new team? How do you feel attachment to the players? How do you, is it really even your team anymore? And then what we have now with these NBA players coming in, there's just mercenaries. They're not coming because they want to be USC Trojans. They're coming because SC will have the biggest paycheck they can give them, or whoever can give them the biggest paycheck. That's the only reason they're coming to the school. Is that what we want? Is that the college basketball that we want? Right now, we are literally watching the destruction and the end of college basketball as we once loved it. And the NCAA is nodding in agreement that it's okay, let's have it this way.
In the rebound. Up ahead, Asar with the 2-hand jam.
Let's end this with some good news. Ezra Sarr is a star, and I'm glad he's on our team. I have nothing to do with the Big Ten Conference, so sorry about that there. That's not an ad there. I'm going to end it. I want to end this segment today about SC basketball with a statement that one of my favorite posters said, Fast Eddie. And he was talking about we were talking about the road trip coming up against Michigan and Michigan State. And he said something interesting, and I'm quoting Fast Eddie. He said, exciting times for our program and fans. Muss is working his second-year magic like clockwork. Having a coach who understands the moment and has been in big SEC games and March Madness is definitely a huge plus. We're undermanned and are going to be huge underdogs. It would have been difficult even at full strength. However, crazy things happen when you least expect it. Fight on. And so I leave with that. Fast Eddie's 100% right. Crazy things can happen in basketball. Muss is going to have our team ready when we get on the road. So let's hope that we win at least one game on that road trip, and then we come home and sweep at the Galen. Fight on and fill the Galen.